Welcome to Shaw Crafts. Thank you for stopping by. I'd also like to thank everybody that has taken the time to subscribe, and uh, thank you for the uplifting comments that have started coming in. Um, on today's episode, I'm going to be trying to recreate one of my favorite pieces of art from the second edition handbook, the thief trying to break into a safe. So hopefully I can do it justice. So stick around and take a look. Here is the artwork that I am going to be trying to duplicate. I'm starting with a scrap piece of 1-inch rigid insulation foam that I cut down to the size to make the back wall of the piece. I then start drawing in some cracks to give some detail to the wall. I will eventually come back with some balled up tinfoil and rough up the surface. Here I'm drawing out the vault door onto a piece of ready board, which you can get from the Dollar Tree, um, and then I cut it out with an X-Acto knife. I then start adding some of the detail work on the door itself, uh, drawing out some of the seals on the door that are in the artwork. I then hot glue the vault door to the background, um, centering it on the piece. I then start cutting out the two locks that are on the vault door out of the same ready board. I will eventually start trimming the edges of it at an angle to get the desired effect that's in the artwork. I do the same with the second lock, trimming it at an angle to get the desired effect. I then start cutting out some of the finer detail work that will fit around the two locks and also the random rectangles and squares that are scattered on the vault door. One thing that did not record was me making the spikes that will come out of the safe itself. You'll see them later on. I then start gluing down the finer detail pieces using standard white glue to secure them in place. After that, I start using some dowels and some beads to make the hinges for the safe door. There'll be 3 of them in total. One of them uses a larger bead, and then I'll cut a small piece out of the foam in each place to so that they'll fit in at an angle. I then use hot glue to secure all the hinges in place, and then I will, after getting them in place, will trim down the lock pieces and then hot glue them in place also. I then start base coating the entire piece with a mix of uh, black paint with Mod Podge to give it a little bit more strength.
Eventually, after I get it all done, I'll come back and do a second coat in pure black. One thing I did realize as I was doing this first coat is that I forgot to put the rivets on, which you will see shortly that I'll come back and glue on some more beads for the rivets in around the outer rim of the safe. Here's where I realized that I had forgotten them and start putting on the glue to secure them in place. And after that, I'll come back and put on the final black coat so that I can begin the rest of the painting. At this point, I start putting on the dark gray with a sponge around the outer edge of the safe. Um, and I'll come back and do the walls. I then do a dry brush of a lighter gray and then begin to use a gold to do the vault door itself. And then I come back with a black wash to dull it down. At this point, I'm adding a bronze to the detail work that's made out of the box, the cereal box. And then I come back with a final coat of black to do around some of the details like the seals on the vault door and eventually the hinges themselves will get a bit of black. Here's the final piece. I think it turned out great. Um, I hope that I can only get better in the future on these kinds of projects. And thanks for your support.
Well, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully you enjoyed what I've done. If you did, I hope that maybe you'll consider subscribing and so you can see what else I have planned. If you have any suggestions for things I can do, please leave a comment and let me know. Again, thanks for stopping by, and have a good day.